All right, so if you've been watching my channel for any time, you know that in the past that I've dealt with a soft brake pedal and, trying to figure out, I guess diagnose that issue and figure out what's wrong with it. I still am dealing with it, and I'm going to report what I've done, and I'm hoping that somebody out there can help me out with this. So first of all, I want to show you that I have the car neutral right now. All the tires turn just like this. Again, I'm not gonna walk all the way around all four tires, but what I want to show you is that I have an extended travel time, but even if I only go in, say what it's supposed to go like 2 or 3 inches. So let me put this in here and show you. Even if I just go in just a little bit, say if I just push the brake pedal down that far, and it's only like about 2 inches or so. And I think that's what recommended travel time. The tires are completely locked as they should. Now, this is the reason why this is abnormal. Okay, you see this tire here's off the ground, that doesn't turn. You see this tire here's off the ground, this doesn't turn. Now, why this is abnormal is that if you have an extended travel time, normally the brakes don't work until you get to that extended travel time. Like for example, if your brakes almost hit the floor, you have no brakes until you get near to the floor. But I have complete brakes just by hitting the brakes, just a few inches, but it's so soft that it'll keep going all the way to the floor, and I couldn't get the car inspected for that reason. So I'm gonna tell you what I've done. First of all, I bled the brakes several times, like 5 or 6 times. Let me pop the hood right quick. I bled the brakes several times, and I bled the actual ABS module several times. And in fact, let me get a light here. I even changed and put a new reservoir and a new master cylinder. Now, first, before you say anything about the master cylinder, first of all, I'm for sure that that was bled correctly and not the problem, because let's just say empirically, the feeling of the pedal and my brake situation was the exact same with the old master cylinder and the new master cylinder. Didn't feel any different. So, and I did 2 bleeding meths. I bled it on the bench, and even after I put it up here, I still bled it a little more like how Scotty Kilmer showed, where you can hold the brake pedal down and open up one of the valves and release pressure to make sure there's no air in the line. So I kind of double bled it. And also, if you look at this diagram here, you can see that if it wasn't bled correctly, let's say, for example, just imagine when you push here, the brake booster, push, it's going to close off these 2 ports here to the orange and these 2 to the pink. So what's really in here with these springs is what's going to be pushed down to stop the brakes. So if you had a bad seal or something here, what would happen is that it would you would have increased travel times, but you would have to get brake when you completed that extended travel time. And if this seal here was bad, if I'm thinking about this right, you would have to push the brake much harder, because you'd push this, and this right here would probably have some resistance, so you had to push it harder to get full brakes. But in my case, I don't have to push the brakes hard. And although I have an extended travel distance, again, I can push the brakes pretty much to the floor, basically to the floor. The brakes completely engage after the recommended travel length of about, I can't remember what GM says in there on all data, but let's just say about 2 inches or so. So, I'm not sure, again, about the ABS module. Again, I bought a used one right here, as you can see. It looks really good. Again, don't know anything about it, but I could always install this at some point. Again, like I said, I've somewhat thrown the parts cabinet at it a little bit, but diagnosing brakes is, you can't really use a scan tool or any sort of is some sort of electrical data that I know about, and that's what I'm posting this video for, hoping somebody can give me some ideas of what I can try next. Now, and another thing I tell you is that when the car is off, if you pump the brakes, okay, the brake booster works, so they get hard about after 3 or 4 pumps. The brake distance when the car is off, the brakes feel solid, like they should supposed to feel, right? But as soon as you cut them on, the brake pedal immediately goes soft. And but it works. I mean, you can stop on a dime. There's no, like, you have to push through the floor. There's no scariness about not having brakes. I mean, I just showed you that you can push this thing an inch and a half or 2 inches and you will have full brakes. And I've done so many like physical road tests and different ways to show myself that, well, the brakes are actually working, but why is this extended travel time happening? Well, I was thinking maybe, do you think there could be a mechanical issue with the actual brake pedal and the arm that holds the brake pedal? Not entirely for sure about that. I do have a, I forget what this thing here is called. I bought this was like 10 bucks if I can find it real quick. I thought I had it in this box here. It's a little, like a little, I wouldn't say a knuckle, but yeah, I put it somewhere. I thought I had it in this box. Here, let me empty this stuff out. Maybe it is in this box. Yeah, this thing here is where you put, I forget the name of this thing, but it's something to do with the brake booster. When you install a new brake booster, you might want to put one of these in here. I'd had to look this up, but anyway, it's been a long time since I've looked at this, but this is probably not it. I bought it because it was very cheap. It was only like $10, just on the off chance if it might help anything. So again, just to sum this video up before I close it out, I'm having a soft pedal that with extended travel time that goes all the way to the floor, but my brakes fully engaged just as they should after about 2 inches travel time. I bled the brakes 5 or 6 times. I bled the ABS module several times. I've also done the thing that Eric the car guy showed where you can drive and just slam on brakes 5 or 10 times just to engage the ABS so it'll actually work. And if there's any bubbles in there or air, maybe it might push it out. Didn't have any luck with that either. But the weird thing is this, most people that I know or I've seen on YouTube that have extended brake travel times, their brakes don't work until they reach that extended like 3, 4, 5, and 6 inches down or at the floor without any brakes. So my brakes work just as they should, but the pedal is super soft and it goes all the way to the floor. So if you can help me out and figure this out, and tell me my thinking about how this works right, but be it as it may, I feel like the master cylinder was bled correctly. So thanks a lot. Please chime in. I'll try to tag some people in this video and hopefully they'll watch it. And then please give me any ideas because I just want to get this car inspected, but I also want it to be safe. But I don't think it's a terribly safety issue, but what I think is that it's just something I'm overlooking that is causing this brake pedal to be soft, to go to the floor, but I have full brakes after the normal GM specified travel distance of about 2 inches or so.